Good morning, everybody. Hope you don't mind riding along in my hand here for a little while. And put the camera on a stick before I left the house. Down land between the lakes today. Needed to get out of the house, take a little ride, maybe spend the night, maybe spend two. Not sure yet. Just gonna ride around till the feeling feels good, you know what I mean? Been a while since I was out. And I just couldn't pass up the opportunity of the temperature dropping for a change. And the fact that we're gonna see some below 60-degree nights. We ain't seen that in a while. Well, actually, it's there's a couple of times at the house I did see 59. It's going to be a nice, easy cruise. Thanks for coming. This right here would be the end of 410. Just a short little ride down here. You guys see the diggings everywhere. Pigs. Of course, their little hoofy prints are right down there with them everywhere. So maybe they come through here. That was a recent dig. Maybe they come through here and won't bother me tonight. I plans on kind of staying here. It's a little side creek. Plenty of frogs, looks like. Don't know. But I'm sure I can find a spot. Doesn't look like a whole lot of people have been down here raising hell, so to speak. I think 5 years ago I was down here. Well, you can see it there. Little fire pit, a couple of big logs rolled up. pig tracks everywhere. Nice little spot though. Last time I camped here it was quiet. It's not hard to get to. This road has never been a mess except right down here at the end. And it's still drivable. Water trail. Another one of those, huh? Yeah, I'm looking for snakes. A nice warm day. You never know, do you? A really nice view of the lake from here. This is back in on Bayard Bay. Need some cypress knees. There's one ain't been open too long. That little cut just goes back up in there where I was pulled in. I'm looking for tracks down here and I'm really not seeing any tracks at all. The rain came through yesterday pretty good. This is a beautiful place to kayak. Absolutely beautiful. The fish attractors, somebody's come out and redone the fish attractors. And just a lot of natural up next to the bank. Yeah, I'm going to look around here a minute and see if I can figure out where I want to spend the night. This campsite right here, for a nice little, fairly deserted place like this, it's pretty clean. Had a bunch of garbage laying around. That is surprising. What is not surprising again over here behind the camp, and I'll say it again, all these diggings here are fresh. They were like last night. I have no idea what they were after right there, but they were serious about getting it. No clue. Weird, isn't it? I thought about going over to the cypress knees. There's a nice flat spot right out there, but it's a little bit too many cypress knees. So I think what I'm going to do is I tested my skills and then I broke out my compass and I was a little bit off. I was saying west was out here and west is actually almost right out the bay here. Our storms have been what we're likely to get is probably more out of the west than out of the south. So I think I'm going to maneuver the truck right through here. Nose into that big old pine tree right there. All the trees look healthy. Won't try to make you dizzy. I'll give you a little upshot here. Everything around is in relatively good shape except that one old pine tree right there. And it, oddly enough, still has some green stuff right at the top of it. Beautiful little spot, isn't it? I don't know what that flower is right there either. I can't zoom in well. There we go. I don't know. We'll find out. Let's see if I can get in and leisurely set camp up. If I'm not mistaken, 10 o'clock. Yeah, just a little come in and whirl around a little bit, and there we are. Close enough to the fire pit, or away from the fire pit enough. And I'm gonna tie my tarp off to that little tree right there, which seems to be in pretty good shape. I think the temperature right now is probably somewhere right around 70 degrees. Nice. And it's actually 10:30. Yeah, it's just a little bit lopsided there, unlevel. So backed up on a block. Looks good. It's a little high off the ground. Hey, but I got long legs, right? Let's see if I can get a tarp strung up here. It looks halfway decent. Maybe. Going with a 12 by 16 tonight. Folks, it sure turned out to be a nice afternoon. I think it's just afternoon. Looks like the sun's pretty close, straight up and down. It took me a little while to get through here, but I'm not used to doing the truck yet. May take me a little while. Figure out something new every time you go, right? I think I got a pretty good setup. Let me show you guys around just a little bit. This part of the little cove here at Byard Bay. It's kind of blessed with cypress there for a while. You see all the knees. There's several still healthy adults right over there also. Actually a spot you can back into over there and camp, but it looked a little soft and kind of lumpy. I have to keep mentioning this because I'm standing right here over the top of this big tore up spot. And it smells like pig poop. Oh well. Went with the 12 by 16. That was actually easy to put up. Had four trees that were tie-up friendly. Worked out quite well. And it's sturdy too. I didn't put out any kind of ground cover. I've got that old silver black tarp. And you can kind of see there, it's about 78 degrees here right now. All set up for the night already. And I'm kind of getting a little bit hungry. I think that'll keep the bugs off of me. I put my homemade skeeter net up on the top there and opened up the sunroof for the night. Get some ventilation. Supposed to have a little bit anyway. Getting a little bit hungry. I think I'm going to sit down and have me a little bite of lunch, and I'll get back to you guys after a while. Such a relaxing spot. Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm camping amongst pine trees, and I gotta remember those little grenades fall out of the air fairly regular right here. I know I'm not ever going to get to where you can see them. Too many leaves on the trees still. I'm not exactly sure which trees they're in. That does not sound happy, does it? I heard one of them screaming just a little while ago, but I couldn't get the camera. idea where they're at. That general vicinity. Not sure what they would be upset about. I don't think they seen me. Maybe they did. But it got quiet like that the last time too. Maybe I camped right on top of their nest or something. I don't know. It's been quiet around here outside of that. There they go again. And what a lazy afternoon. I hope the wind's not messing it up. It's kind of up and down, so we'll just have to deal with it. Those little cypress knees are hard. Who knows what that is? Everybody that watches this should know what that is. And I'm not going to go out any further. Just a little mushy. Don't want to get my boots muddy. One fella back there in the back has been in there an hour or so. That's, I believe, where the creek comes out. That's where he's at. Right about there. See those clouds over the top of the trees there? That bit of the rain missed us today for sure. And some more went south of us. Every once in a while they're still hollering. I don't know. And when I first pulled up, walked down here, first spot that caught my eye was right here. Nice and open. I thought that stick was moving on its own. I don't know exactly what the lake level is today. Seems like I heard 357, something like that, a couple of days ago. I wanted to see if there were any tracks out in this mess. Not really. I'd almost expect a deer out here. Maybe not. Bayard Bay. Almost so quiet it makes my ears hurt. Well, I at least tried to get a shot of them. That didn't work out very well either. I can still see right where they are in the tree. I'll try to catch a shot of them if they come down while I'm paying attention. Where I'm sitting right here, till it gets out about in that direction right there, I can't really tell what's coming out of the underbrush right there. over here there's kind of some open spots. They snuck right down there before I seen them. I'm not sure if they were aware I was here at that point in time or not. They definitely know where I'm at now. Well, I don't get a sunset over the water this evening. Main channel, Kentucky Lake is to the left out there. Really peaceful day. Outside of one very annoying horsefly. Fish are jumping. Oh, we still got a few birds coming in. I'm not sure if I missed the raccoons coming out of the tree or they're still up the tree, but I never did see them go down the bank anywhere. I doubt very seriously if they'll stay up there all night. Temperature is only down to about 74 degrees, which feels so good right now. I can feel the heat of the sun on my face instead of having it feel like it was going to blister me in the next 5 minutes. Not sure what time it is. 6:30, something like that. Maybe later. I messed around, almost missed the sunset tonight. Couldn't help but get a shot of this. I love these tunnels in the summertime. Simple enough dinner tonight. Can of soup, some crackers. I got a pack of muffins around here somewhere for dessert. And I'm probably going to be eating after the sun goes down, looks like.
The wind was north at 6 miles an hour. Elsewhere around the region, it was clear, with a temperature of 80 at Owensboro and 77 at Mount Vernon, Illinois. It was partly cloudy, with a temperature of 76 at Memphis, 82 at Nashville, 81 at St. Louis, and 79 at Poplar Bluff. At Louisville, it was mostly cloudy, with a temperature of 80. The current time is 7:28 p.m. Central.
Well, boys and girls, I had planned on having a little fire tonight, but I kind of changed my mind. It's got to be 8:30. Now, I sat and watched for a pretty good while. Yeah, not steadying on the tree, and I didn't see the little raccoons come down. And after I got through eating and got everything cleaned up, I started getting bugs. So I came inside. I didn't put up the big screen net for tonight. I don't know. Just the one on the back of the truck should be sufficient. But it doesn't give me a place to sit outside, so. Beautiful sunset happening still. This picture does not do it justice. Not at all. Good morning, everybody. I think it's probably 7 o'clock by now. Been up for a little while. It's just too nice to lay there and watch the sunrise. Well, kinda. came up from back over that side this morning. I got a pretty good night's sleep. I only really had one issue last night. I got a little cool. 64 this morning down here. Thereabouts. Supposed to be around 80 again today. We'll see. Hard to say. Excuse me. I'm going to fix me up some oatmeal here in a few minutes. The little raccoons, which that I got a lousy little video of, they came down out of the tree. All I seen was 3 little silhouettes headed out down the lake shore. The eagle, I wish I could have got a better shot of that also, but I just didn't want to disturb them, make them fly off. There was 2 of them sitting up there. The other one I could just barely see. It was another one, solid brown, I guess female, young male, I'm not sure. They were having an argument about something there for a little while. Here again, wish I could have got a better video. I suppose if I get to coming back down here regular, I'll go ahead and get a fishing license too. Maybe catch a fresh fish for breakfast one morning. Right now, I'm just going to enjoy the morning pipe, probably break some breakfast stuff out, and listen to the pine cones fall. You know, coming down to this spot, I didn't know whether I'd see anybody or not. I'm not all that far off the road. It's not that bad a beaten path coming down here. About 45 minutes ago, I started hearing noise up the hill. The whatever vehicle it is kept turning on and shutting off, and I couldn't really tell what they were trying to do. Heard some banging noises like you were throwing a rock in the bed of a pickup truck, maybe? I don't know. And about 10 minutes ago, kind of heard something coming off the hill, and I looked back up that way, and it was a middle-aged fella dragging a kayak. Why he didn't come any further down the road, I don't know. He must not have no ground clearance at all to come down through there, because it's a decent road. He's almost all the way over on the other side of the bay now. Fairly unsociable. I said, good morning. I don't know, it could be close to afternoon. He said good morning, turned, and kept dragging the kayak on off down towards the water. I don't know. Takes all kinds, doesn't it? Just look at me. I guess it just looks like I sit around and smoke pipe all the time, doesn't it? But you know what? Believe it or not, it's, well, probably 5:30. I got everything accomplished today I wanted to. Can't often say that sometimes. Yeah, see? Right after I ate this morning, I hung my hammock up here under the tarp and immediately proceeded to take a 2-hour nap. It's pretty good. Sleep last night wasn't bad. Not a bunch of noise and rackets. After the coyotes, everything else was quiet all night. No issues there at all. The fellow that I was talking about earlier with the kayak is still out there somewhere. Every once in a while, I just caught a glimpse of him all the way across. I haven't specifically counted, but he's made several trips up and down that bank over there. He must know where he's fishing. Nothing but nature. Well, I caught a little weather radio. Nothing's changed on the weather. Really picked a nice time to come out and hang out here. I don't know about where you guys are, but here it's been like really hot all summer. Then it got unbearable for a while. But we all survived, most of us. Hopefully the weather will be back like this. This is a little more seasonal. Actually, this time of year, it's generally 90-degree days for sure. Sometimes 60s at night. They're calling for like 58 tonight here. The low last night recorded was 60 degrees. My little thermometer in the truck never got below 64. But it did get a little cool. That's what woke me up. I laid down there and stretched out on my bed after I got it all made up, and I woke up cool. Then once I got covered up, I went right back to sleep. I actually woke up about 5:30 this morning, I think. Pretty sure I'm going to stretch up my net here around the tailgate. I don't know. We'll see. The bugs are going to come out tonight like they did last night. I've had 4 mosquito bites today. And the wind's going to lay down quicker tonight. I can already see all the little no-see-ums coming in. This is the first time I've stretched it up like this and underneath a tarp also. That's a nice little back porch, actually. 2 people could sit in there comfortably, I think. I've got to work on a new piece for across the bottom, but for now, the piece that goes in the doorway flips upside down and kind of blocks off underneath the truck. Not a bad little deal. It's not the finest of mesh. I don't know what it is for sure. And it won't keep the no-see-ums out. But it does a pretty good job of keeping the mosquitoes out. Or it did the last time. And they're already starting to show up tonight. Wind's a lot calmer tonight than it was last night. That's okay. It's going to be cooler. Well, as you can kind of see through my bug net there, Another beautiful sunset. And because of that bug net, I'm sitting in here bug free. I took the hammock down, put it inside the truck here tonight, keep it from getting moist, because it got pretty damp down here last night, actually. Every once in a while out there in amongst the trees, you might see a figure move back and forth. Young man came down about, I guess, close to an hour now ago. Just came over and talked to me and seemed like a decent young man. He didn't bring a case of beer to last him till in the morning. And he wants to do some fishing tonight, so that generally, one man doing fishing at night, nobody's going to be raising hell. And he seemed like a nice young fellow. Maybe we'll mosey down there in a little bit, or I invited him to come back up if he liked. But if I were him, I would get to fishing. This is the time yesterday that the smaller bait fish, you might call them, started gathering up and doing their little night feed on top of the water. And I saw a couple of pretty good sized ones come up. I wasn't down there close enough I could video, but excuse me. Yeah, once again, a gorgeous day. You may see the young man down there on the water. He's got his camp up, and he just got snorted at by a buck. Tried to walk out down here, come out of the edge of the woods. Gone now. But you guys saw that over here to my left, your left too, where that little creek comes back in. It oddly enough sounds like the fellow with the kayak went through the woods and has come back down on the other side of that little inlet. You hear that? We've got dogs over there in the woods, and there was coyotes barking just about 10, 15 minutes ago. They're getting closer to me, so I'm just going to let the camera run for the time being. And I'm going to step up in the truck and get one of my lights. I'm guessing they went on up through the woods. I heard some noise over there, but really didn't pay too much attention to it. He parked a long way back up the hill. I don't know, I guess we'll see here in a little bit. Somehow or other the camera just doesn't do that justice. Well, I've done it again. I fell asleep. All this fresh air is just knocking me out. I don't know. Feels good though. But I did want to come back and say goodnight to you folks. It's been a really, really pleasant day. So far the neighbors are quiet. The young man down at the beach, he's still fishing. But he ain't making no bunch of noise. Whatever that was over there in the woods, or whoever that was over there in the woods, got quiet. So let's just hope it stays that way. Got the red light on because there's bugs galore if you turn a white light on. Anyhow, enough rambling. I'm still sleepy. I'm going to lay back down and hopefully get a good night's sleep. There's an ant. Not anymore. Must have been on the camera stand. Good night, folks. Thanks for coming along. Well, good morning, everybody. That was my alarm clock this morning. Actually, I've been up about an hour or so. Should be around 5:30, 6 o'clock. Nice clear skies last night. Beautiful night. We're on the half moon. Last half, so it was actually fairly bright around here. And yeah, I got a good night's sleep last night. First my little nap, maybe an hour or so, I don't really know. And then I didn't wake up till about 4:30, I think. I didn't look at no time indicator. But the temperature indicator this morning here says 64, which it feels 64. It's not bad. Thank you. I'm up. The official weather around here was 59. Where they took that reading, I'm not sure. It's looking to be another nice day. See the young gentleman that come in last night, up fixing him a little breakfast, and already got a pole in the water. Excuse me, got a line in the water. The pole's still on the bank, like it's supposed to be. Whatever was going on over there last night, never heard anything else out of it. I think somewhere back down that way, right after I woke up, a couple of coyotes howling. Outside of that, quiet. Well, him, wherever he's at back there, I can't really tell from where I'm sitting. Another day of hanging out, folks. Something I've been needing for a while. I'm sure quite a few of you guys have been needing it for a while also. Good morning, everybody. Well, here I am, almost 10 hours after I last talked to you. Woodpecker's coming back around. Now I'm going into day 3 with this horsefly or whatever it is. I hope that I catch the thing on the audio part. I must have messed up his flight path somehow or other through here. He keeps running into this net. I was really glad I put this up too. Gives me this nice little sitting space out here. And I had 2 mosquitoes in with me, but they were first thing this morning, so when I got up and went out and back in, they probably came in then. I don't know. But I had 2 bites on me. Outside of that, it's been pretty peaceful, but Mr. 5 o'clock Charlie there keeps running into the net. You ever see a ball hit the net and fall? Well, he hits the net and flies off. I don't know what his problem is. Anyway, it doesn't make any difference. I'm going to try to figure out something to have for dinner. Sounds like he's doing Morse code. The, whatever that was happening over there last night's gone. Been gone all day. And the young man that was down here, Elliot, if you're watching the video, which I hope you are, I enjoyed spending the day with you. We talked on and off, mostly on with me, and Nice young man. Looks like he's headed in the right direction, even though seems like the world we're living in's headed for the toilet. Anyway, he took off a few minutes ago. Not catching any fish, and pretty sure it's just the weather. We got rain coming in the next couple of days, so the front's on its way. Fish are disturbed. You never know. But he was going to head on out and find another place to camp tonight. Fish a little more, maybe. I gave him a couple of spots that I had been to and fished before. But you might be able to catch one from the bank. If you got a boat around here, of course, that's the ticket. You got to get out in a little bit deeper water. Excuse me. But I'm thinking it's going to be about the same temperature tonight that it was last night. I done pretty good on the getting cool last night. I stayed nice and warm all night. I brought a little extra blankie with me. But I believe it did get to 85 today. It was pretty warm in the middle of the day. Right now, I just looked at my temperature indicator in there, and it says 78. And it's been sitting in the shade all day, too. So, but it's comfortable. Comfortable evening. Try to eat dinner, and I don't know, might have fire tonight. Might be a good night for it. The wind is already gone for the day, pretty much. The water's pretty still. Let me figure out what I'm going to do for dinner. Time for the evening pipe. 9 o'clock, give or take a minute or two. Nice day today, really nice day. It's not cooling off like it did last night. By this time last night, it was probably lower 70s. And tonight, it's still, I told you guys a while ago, 2-3 hours ago almost, that it was 76 or 78, and it's still 76. But it's supposed to get down low 60s, so we'll see. I'll be comfortable either way, even if I don't sleep with any covers on at all. That'll be fine with this temperature right here. I'm not sweating. Can't sweat and sleep. That just doesn't work out for me. I didn't do any filming much today because I was just enjoying myself hanging out and just being down here at the lake and out in the woods. You guys have seen the place. It's pretty nice. Nice place to hang out. I've got something small right up in front of the truck walking around. I'm suspecting possum or raccoon. Can't rule out an armadillo though. They are down here. Everywhere in Tennessee. Had a good small dinner. Plenty to carry me through the night. I'll be packing up in the morning. Just whenever I get up. Oh, relaxing is the best word I can think of. Brings your blood pressure down. I don't really have that problem anyway, but you know, it does do that. Calms you down. Does me. Surely it should calm down anybody that comes out here and stays more than for just a few minutes. I wouldn't mind staying a few more days. I could stretch my food 2 more days. But, yeah, kind of got to get back. I'm on the 3rd day, and that's kind of my breakover day. If I can go out and be out in the woods and not go inside, not drive anywhere for 3 days, I'm happy. I'm ready to set up housekeeping. I'm not uncomfortable up to that time, but just getting things up, setting things up, and feeling secure in your place, you know, that makes a lot of difference. Now he's right over here. The critters were out today, but there again, like I said, I wasn't recording anything. Did see 3 eagles today. Nice sight to see them flying out this morning for breakfast. Some ducks left the back of the bay. And I didn't see them, but I heard them. Elliot, camped down there on the beach, he saw the pigs that were over there, 4 or 5 of them, I think. That's kind of what it sounded like to me. And they come down the beach and turned and went up the hill away from us. So no issue with them. A couple of deer today. One nice looking buck. 6 point, I'm thinking. Decent little rack, you know. But wasn't a very big deer, but nice looking, healthy deer, I should say. The doe that I saw yesterday was a good looking, healthy deer. Just didn't have a fawn with her. We've got several at the house that come up. I throw out apples every once in a while for them, but don't make a regular habit out of it. Excuse me. They come out and hang out in the yard at night, sometimes in the early evening. And we've got several fawns hanging out still that are pretty much out of spots, but still hanging with mama. You know the routine. He's walking away from the truck. But the spot here, unless you've got a boat, you're gonna not have fairly good luck unless you catch it cooler weather and go out as far as you can cast for catfish. Probably be your only bet. If you got a boat, you can get over to where the creek is. It's like, everywhere else down here, where there was an old creek bed. If you can find it in the bay somewhere, you'll probably find fish of some sort. But you can't do it from the bank. You've got to be out there. Should be a clear night tonight, too. Was last night, so I'm hoping for a bit of a cool down through the night. I've been needing a little stress reliever for a while. This is doing good. I don't know if I'll pack up and just head back toward the house in the morning, or maybe pack up and take a little ride around the place. I don't know. If any of you guys, or for the ones that have made it this far in the video, or have absolutely skipped to this point here for some reason and caught me, you guys know I've been having 4-wheel drive issues for a while. The electronic part of it is working, and it doesn't work with the mechanical end of the deal very well. I got one more issue to solve, and I should be able to lock in and lock out. But I went back in the skills book a little bit and finally dug up a solution to trick it. To trick the transfer case and to trick the front differential to thinking they were in the same place at the same time. And then when I pushed the button, it locked in. I don't want to push the button to see if it'll come unlocked. I think I'm, just by judging by the amount of fuel that it took me to get down here, I'm probably getting a couple miles less per gallon by having the front end pull all the time. But I'm going down the highway, 70 miles an hour, no vibration, doing good. I just want to be able to get out here now, and this road is not impossible. You guys seen that from the first of the video. It's not hard to get up and down this road at all. There's one spot you got to kind of play the ruts, but even in a short car you could. One did today. And I'd like to think that I won't just get hung up on any road that I go down. That little bit of peace of mind helps, Every inch off the highway makes a difference. We'll try to do some field hopping. where the road on the map only goes so far back, maybe 3/4 of a mile off of the road, and that road runs into a field. And usually on one side or the other, there's a place you can drive down that will take you to an opening in the trees on the other end of that field. Go through that field in the same manner to the next field, and by the time you jump 3 or 4 fields back, you're in the wilderness. You can set yourself up to where there's, unless they came in the same way you did, or unless they walked in, they're going to have to walk 5 miles to get to where you're at. It's a big place. That's why it's beyond my comprehension why somebody would want to camp right on top of somebody else here. And not do like Elliot done yesterday. Came in and wanted to make sure he wasn't going to disturb the camps, and nobody does that. I do. And I never come down here without a 3 plan. I've got 3 places picked out that I'm going to go to, and one of them may be open. The first one I go to may be open. But I don't just pick a spot and then get mad because there's somebody else there. Now we got to find another spot, and we don't do that. We just go somewhere else that we've already thought about getting there. That takes some of the stress off the load. And I don't totally like to plan the trip. I know kind of where I'm going. I had this place in mind, and I had 2 other places in mind within 5 miles in either direction of this spot. And I figured surely one of the 3 will be empty. And this was the first one I came down, and with nobody here. So I claimed it. Not like I own it, but it's kind of like mine for right now anyway, And the critters. Never count out the critters. Wherever you camp, somebody will find you. I kind of wish I'd have got some better shots of the critters, but the deer, the way it looks down here, if you watch the video, when I'm looking off to what would be the east, it gets pretty dense back there and a lot of fallen trees, just like there is up in front of me here. They're just laying down, laced over the top of each other. The old pine trees, mostly. That something got them. Some kind of disease or something, and then the wind finally got a hold of them. But up this way, it's a nice, clear hardwood forest. Right out this way and on up across the hill. Something still milling around right out there. I guess I could look, but I really don't care. Anyhow, I'm glad you guys came along with me. Hope you like watching the videos. Not very exciting at all. I will be coming back to this spot sometime before cold weather with a kayak. I want to come down here and do a couple of days, maybe with it. If you go back in my videos to anything to do with Byard Bay, B-Y-R-D, Byard Bay, I have camped and hammock camped and kayaked. Dinner messed my mouth up. And it's a really beautiful place. It really is, and it's not overrun. Saw 2 jet skis. They were both fishing, and 2 boats today. And that's it. That's all that was here. Kind of nice. It's quiet. You can probably hear the peepers out there now. Sounds good, doesn't it? I'm about ready to go to sleep. And I think I'm going to turn off the light and just sit here. I can kind of see back through the trees. It's still lit enough. But I can't get the camera to focus back there. I wanted to get a shot through the trees with real low light out there, and this camera just won't do it. I'm going to call it a night, folks. Try to get a good night's sleep like I did last night. I slept like a log. Slept like one of them down pine logs out there. I don't think I moved maybe once. But I'm going to have to see what that is. If anything happens tonight, I'll try to at least get some audio. I'm almost expecting the coyotes. They should be here soon. I thought I heard some about a half hour ago, back over at the very end of the bay. We'll see. Otherwise, folks, I'll talk to you guys in the morning. Possum. Pretty fat, too. Good morning, everybody. I'm guessing it's about 8:30 or so. Been up for a while. Had me a nice oatmeal breakfast again. Just kind of hanging out at the camp. You know, I don't think there were any critters through here last night at all. Either that or I slept so hard I didn't hear them. Either way, it's a beautiful morning. I've already got the truck packed up, which really doesn't take much. Loosely packed, shall we say. And I'm going to ease on back toward the house. Man, this was a fish jumping this morning. This was a really nice little trip. It really was. Last night we had 2 boats of gar fishermen, I'm guessing. They were spotlighting everything and moving along, and I don't have a clue if they caught anything. I never heard them hollering and screaming. But sometime last night, early, I hadn't gone to sleep yet, some type of boat came in and went in that little bay right there. That's the end of 391. Shut the boat off, sounded like they dropped an anchor, and immediately fired up a generator. Yeah. Well, it didn't last too long for some reason or other, about a half hour. They pulled up stakes and left, went somewhere else. However, it has been a great trip for me. Beautiful spot to wake up in. I'll definitely be coming back. Bring a kayak. Maybe a friend or two. I don't know. Let's see about that. Anyway it goes, folks. I'm going to turn myself around and head up the hill. Thanks once again for coming. I do appreciate you guys. I really do. Till next time, just waiting for the next big adventure. Come along with me.